It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. I swear this universe is deterministic. I was going to talk about Litecoin today because of the Dolphins, partnering with them, and look what we have here, people. This was literally from a month ago and was next in queue. Wendell LTC out there on YouTube requested Litecoin is the right coin by Big Square. Oh my God, this is hilarious. What a perfect song for today's My Two Satoshis. Hope you guys are doing well today and welcome to another episode. Today we are going to look at what our president Donald Trump said about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and Libra in particular as well. And I'll give you my analysis on what this means. It actually, again, every day it looks like more and more things are coming out to back up my thesis about governments and their view about Libra. And so we now got a finally something from Trump on his position on Bitcoin, and he doesn't like it, and it shouldn't surprise any of you. And this is I know, we were talking in the Webbot room about this being some 4D chess type stuff. I guess Biggs Weird put out a video this morning about this tweet. No, it's nothing more than what it is. Donald Trump is a capitalist. Capitalists like cheap money, low interest rates, wealth of transfer. Donald Trump is what I call the rent-seeking class. So he profits by having cheap money to go buy assets and then rent seek with those particular assets. So this is perfect for him, and this makes sense for him not to like cryptocurrencies because it doesn't allow us to manipulate the money supply and allow for cheap interest rates with this type of asset. So of course he's not going to like cryptocurrencies. Of course he's not going to like Bitcoin because it restricts him. It restricts him. It restricts the Federal Reserve. So again, we're going to take a look at his tweet in detail. And the second article is going to be out of Cointelegraph about the Miami Dolphins endorsing Litecoin as the team's official cryptocurrency. What does this mean? I'll let you know what I think this means. But yeah, this is definitely a step in the right direction for awareness of cryptocurrencies. We've got a very big uphill battle, and we'll see if we can win it over the state-run and corporate oligarchy-run cryptocurrencies that we will see coming into 2020, 2021, and beyond. So this is a great move, and I don't know who sealed this deal. I don't know if it's my man Johnny Kim out there, but man, Litecoin, they're definitely trying to seal partnerships, and you can see that happening left and right. But again, that does not necessarily mean, guys, things aren't as simple as we think. It's not a ABC type of thing in economics, behavioral economics. All that stuff is a very complex system. This world is a complex system, so it's not as cut and dry as, oh, this is going to be Litecoin to the moon. I don't think it's that simple, but again, I'll give you my analysis on that here in a second. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Coin360 website, the heat map for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is currently down just 1/3% to $11,600. Ethereum is up slightly at $274, and EOS is up 1.8% to $4.80. Litecoin is up 2.5% to $105, and Binance up 8%, guys, to $31. That thing is just on a tear. It is still outpacing all other altcoins and actually Bitcoin as well this year. So let's go ahead and take a look at the technicals right now. As you can see, we almost touched that trend line, people. Is that enough for the markets to head higher? I'm not too sure. I am not too sure, and I think that we may get another test of this area. As I drew yesterday, not sure what happened, but this line is also an area we need to look out for. I'm going to pull this back up, but as you can see, we could possibly dip below the trend line and touch this point as well. So it just depends on what the market wants to interpret here. And so we just have to keep an eye out on it. But that was a very close touch there on the trend line. Not even 20 points there. So it may be the touch on the trend line that I was looking for. We'll have to see. I think we'll really test it for real at some point in the next couple of days here. But I'll keep an eye out on that for you. And since we've got the Litecoin music playing in the background today, let's start off with that article. Miami Dolphins to endorse Litecoin as the team's official cryptocurrency. This is big news. American professional football team, the Miami Dolphins, announced that Litecoin is now the team's official cryptocurrency, according to a press release on July 11th. The Miami Dolphins and Litecoin have also partnered with Alliant Payments, a crypto merchant services and payment processing firm, to enable crypto payments for the team's upcoming 50-50 raffle, which reportedly donates half of its revenue to charity. Litecoin and Bitcoin are cryptocurrencies with similar technical underpinnings. Bitcoin remains the number one cryptocurrency by market cap, with a total market cap of over $201 billion at press time, while Litecoin clocks in at fourth with a cap of over $6.3 billion, according to data provided by Coin360. In addition to playing a role in the aforementioned raffle, Litecoin will reportedly appear in Dolphins in-game branding and an array of advertisement opportunities. Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin and managing director of the Litecoin Foundation, hopes to use this partnership as a way to educate the people on Litecoin and cryptocurrencies in general. He says this collaboration propels Litecoin in front of an audience of millions of people around the world at a time where adoption of cryptocurrencies continues to maintain a growing momentum, and the ecosystem is able to support real-world use cases in ways previously not possible. We see this as a powerful way to raise awareness and educate people about Litecoin and cryptocurrencies on a tremendous scale. This is a great move by Litecoin. I'm telling you, I really like how they're being proactive. That was one of the things I was very critical about Litecoin in past years, because the community, I'm talking 2015, 14, 15, 16, the community, or I don't know if they had really a foundation really together and organized, but there weren't a lot of things being done on the developmental side, meaning like on the code side, and there definitely wasn't anything from a partnership perspective being done to help push Litecoin in the public's eye. But this is great news. It really is. And, I think what I'm seeing here, and you guys let me know, Litecoin sees sports, or the demographic of sports watchers and enthusiasts, they see that as a beachhead strategy. Meaning, when I say beachhead, I just mean an entry point into gathering and gaining more adoption for the coin. They see sports as being that avenue. And I mean, yeah, I think so. Sports and gaming, I think they go hand in hand. So sports and gaming, I think, are going to be probably the easiest or low-hanging fruit for any cryptocurrency to try and gain and garner adoption from. Now, here's the thing. This is all new territory. Does this mean, and will this translate into people wanting to buy Litecoin? This is the big question. I'm not too convinced. It will increase. These partnerships will definitely increase. But at the end of the day, what is this achieving? Are we just creating a greater fool theory where there will always be someone in the future, or we're hoping that there's always someone in the future that we can sell our Litecoin to at a higher price? Or are we trying to build a cryptocurrency where people can pay for things in a fast way? This is where I get confused, and I don't know what any of these projects, what their end goal is, because if it's to be a payment system, none of these are the right structure for a payment system. Unfortunately, I have to admit, and you're probably not going to like this, but I'm telling you, just from studying monetary policy, studying how currencies work, stablecoin is probably going to be the best fit for everyday payments. Now, if you want to save and speculate in a Litecoin, in a Bitcoin, if you want to stash your money and hedge against these falling fiat currencies, then yes, I think that could possibly be a good avenue for you in this digital age. But what is the end goal? What is the, if you want to call it, mission statement for these projects when it comes to strictly, I'm talking about cryptocurrencies, not your tokens, not smart contract tokens and blockchains and stuff. I'm talking strictly cryptocurrencies. What is the end goal? So again, great news for them, absolutely, and bravo to them for really, pushing the envelope, and no one else is doing anything like this big. NFL, Litecoin, UFC. I think Dash did some stuff with UFC before Litecoin did, but they're continually getting more partnerships and getting the awareness about Litecoin out there. But again, my question is, at the end of the day, what is the goal? Is it for a safe haven, a hedge against fiat currencies, or is it something that we're going to be participating in the greater fool theory? You guys let me know your thoughts about that. But again, I think this is a great move by Litecoin. This is good news, absolutely good news. The second topic, I should say, we'll read the article, and there's one out of CryptoVest about Donald Trump's tweet, but I'm going to read it verbatim, and then we'll talk about it because I want to highlight some of the responses that I saw in here as well. Interesting. So let's start with at the top here. Yesterday, Donald Trump said, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity. Similarly, Facebook Libra's virtual currency, quote unquote," he says, "will have little standing or dependability. If Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations, just like other banks, both nationally and internationally. We have only one real currency in the United States, and it's stronger than ever, both dependable and reliable. It is by far the most dominant currency anywhere in the world, and it will always stay that way. It's called the United States dollar." Oh my God. Now, there are some truths in here. We're going to pick those out really quickly. Let's start from the top. Bitcoin is not money. He's right, in my opinion. Donald Trump is right here, people. Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is a digital asset. It is not money. It is too volatile to be money. Could it be money in the future? Maybe 20, 30 years. I don't know. No time soon. No time soon, in my opinion, because of the nature of the supply of it and the if you want to call it coin economics of Bitcoin. It's not going to be money anytime soon. So get that out of your head. Read some economic books and start to understand exactly what money is, because Bitcoin is not money. I have to agree with him there. Let's take a look at the rest of this. So he goes on to say it's highly volatile. We have to agree with that. And based on thin air. I guess. But everything is based on, or valued is, I guess what he really was trying to say is that its value is derived from thin air. Well, that's everything except air. Like, we need air and water and food to actually survive on this planet. So anything else as far as a value on it is, of course, based on thin air. It's based on all of us agreeing on that price of that particular asset or product or whatever it is. So, I kind of agree with him, but then I kind of don't agree with him there on that one. He says it's an unregulated crypto asset and can facilitate unlawful behavior. Sure can. And we should be fine with that. US dollars facilitates unlawful behavior on a daily basis. It's actually the most used currency for facilitating unlawful behaviors in drug trade and other illegal activities. So I can't, again, there's a mixed interpretation there with that one. If we scroll further down, now he's talking about Facebook's Libra. He says that it's a virtual currency that will have little standing or dependability. If Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations. Again, I have to agree with them. Libra coin will have little standing in its current form. What will happen, and I now seeing what Mr. Trump is saying here, what will have to happen is, in order for them to get this Libra coin pushed through, they're going to have to actually go for a banking charter. They're going to have to become an entity, spin off an entity, and that entity is going to have to become a bank. And now they're going to have to follow all the rules that other banks do. But if that happens, I think it's going to actually open the floodgates for all the banks to create their own currencies. So you're going to have a JP Morgan coin. You're going to have a Wells Fargo coin. This Libra is not happening in 2020. You can forget about it. We're talking years down the line if it does ever happen. So yeah, there you have it with that. I think it is definitely not going to be something we see anytime soon. And they're going to have to change their business model if they really want this to work. So let's go down to the third tweet, and it starts to get really crazy here. He says, we only have one real currency in the United States, and it is stronger than ever, both dependable and reliable. It is not stronger than ever if we take a look at it from an absolute standpoint. We've lost over 99% of its value, Mr. Trump. Why not tell the truth there? Is it dependable? Yeah. Is it reliable? Yeah. Relatively speaking, absolutely. If we're comparing it to other fiat currencies, yes, it's dependable, it's reliable, and it's the most circulated fiat currency on this globe. Where I have to pick a bone with him is with the statement that it will always stay that way. Those types of statements are just complete nonsense. You can never say something's going to always be a certain way. So I have to disagree with him there. No currency has always been, as Mike Maloney is, every 40 to 50 years, there's been a new currency. So what makes us feel that the US dollar is going to be any difference? I'm sure Great Britain felt that way before the Bretton Woods Accord as well. So I'm not understanding where Donald Trump thinks that it's always going to be the US dollar that stays as dominant. And then we have Peter Schiff. He says, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin either, but not because it's unregulated. That is actually one aspect that I like, but you hit the nail on the head with your observation that it has no real value. It's a confidence game, and those who put their faith in it have been conned. So gold is a confidence game as well. Silver is a confidence game as well. The dollar is a confidence. What are you talking about, Peter Schiff? Everything is a confidence game. And then we had Da Vinci chime in on that as well. But yeah, it's so funny to see people, a lot of people in the crypto alt media crowd likes Donald Trump, and I like Donald Trump too. He's not a perfect president. No president is. He's definitely got some quirks. And the way he does things sometimes is kind of off the hip, firing from the hip, sporadically done. But for those that think he is for the people, and what I mean by for the people, and I'm going to get political here, what I mean is he's for the people who are businessmen and entrepreneurs. Yes, he is. But that does not necessarily mean he's for everyone. Don't get those two mixed up. He is for enterprise. He is for capitalism. There are gradients of capitalism. It's not a capitalist, not a capitalist, or capitalist and socialist. It's not like a binary thing. There are gradients to this. And when I saw him get into office, and really last year was a nail in the coffin for me for as far as how he views things. Him pressuring the Fed to continue to lower interest rates to keep this stock market bubble going is not to benefit the regular people. 80% of stocks are owned by the top 10% wealthy individuals in the country. This is not anything to do with helping everyone. He's for the little guy. No, he's not for the little guy. He's for the capitalist. He's for the entrepreneur. He's for those types of individuals, the rent seekers. Not liking Bitcoin falls right in line with what I thought about him. Why would he like an asset that he couldn't control, manipulate, and take advantage of to his liking and to his friends' liking? And again, this is why you can't look at this social geopolitical thing as cut and dry as good guys versus bad guys. No, it's just clear. To think that way is shame on you. That's all I have to say. It's clearly more complicated than that, and this should show you he's not for financial freedom for all. He's for financial freedom and the exploitation of the capitalistic system by the ones that are able to take advantage of it. So let me know your thoughts about that. We're going to take a look at this article, though, that kind of puts it all into a nice format about this tweet that he put out. Let's see what they have to say out of CryptoVest. So I'm going to skim through this really quickly. It says, not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. U.S. President Donald Trump tweets. Says the U.S. President Donald Trump criticized Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, and Facebook's Libra for potentially disrupting the monetary system. In a series of tweets, Trump reiterated the message of dangers for shaking the stability of fiat currencies, especially the U.S. dollar. Regarding Facebook's Libra project, Trump commented that the social media company was in effect trying to become a bank and should seek new banking charter complying with banking regulations. Trump also stated that Bitcoin is not a form of money and cannot replace the U.S. dollar. The critical remarks caused backlash in an immediate way by Bitcoin supporters, as well as regrets for misunderstanding the need for digital coins and the freedom it allows. Justin Sun, co-founder of Tron, made an immediate move for his cause without skipping a beat. President Trump is the next invitee on the list for Warren Buffett's charity launch on July 25th, although it is highly unlikely that Donald Trump would take Justin Sun up on his offer. Nah, he's not doing that. Digital asset prices have been indeed volatile, including Bitcoin. In June, Bitcoin's market price climbed to yearly highs above 13,800 and revisited the 13,000 level just days ago. But volatility also increased as the leading coin showed it is capable of wiping out thousands of dollars within a day. The comments and scrutiny against Libra and other assets arrive at a time when Bitcoin is striving to gain acceptance from or for mainstream trading and institutional investment. So yeah, it just kind of reiterates what the tweet said. But again, I hope that helps you understand why my thesis about Libra and the government not liking it is right. It is right, and it shows. It's evident every day. Every day there's new information to support this thesis, and you gotta be a very blind and stubborn person if you can't see that. You guys, though, let me know your thoughts. I know there's a lot of people that still think that Libra is liked by the governments and they're just doing a puppet show so they can turn around and let it go through. No, it does not make sense, people. Does not make sense. This is a direct threat to them controlling you and our lives on a daily basis. So no, they're not trying to do a puppet show or put on a puppet show just to seem like they, fear it, but then turn around and allow it to go through. Not happening. Not saying it's not going to be pushed through at some point in the future, 2 years, 3 years out. But it's going to take a totally different form if it does get, pushed through. It's not going to look like the white paper has envisioned it. So again, you guys let me know your thoughts, because here's my thing. And I wanted to pose this question. Okay, so the people that think that Trump really likes Bitcoin, but he's saying he doesn't like it so that he can get more or keep prices suppressed. All these theories that just make no sense. So if he would have come out and said he liked Bitcoin with that same philosophy that you're telling me, that must mean if he came out and said he liked Bitcoin, that meant that he didn't like Bitcoin. No, I know those same people out there will say that I told you Trump loved Bitcoin. If he would have said he loved Bitcoin, you would say he loved Bitcoin. He said he doesn't like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies because they threaten the monetary system. You guys still say he likes Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm done. You guys let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Again, Wendell LTCF on YouTube, man. Thanks for this song request. What a timely request. This was requested about a month ago, and it was the next one in queue, people. This is crazy. I don't know what type of universe we live in, but I swear it plays tricks on you. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And click that bell. That's my 2 Satoshis for July 12th, 2019. I'm out here, people. How?